Alright, 5M, let's start out with a warm-up. On your whiteboard, answer these. Be sure if you have any questions to look at the posters that are hanging up. Please do this now. Alright, you're back. Here are your answers for your warm-up. If you had any questions, please be sure to ask. Today we're going to be learning about the volume of prisms. Our learning target is I can use a formula to find the volume of rectangular prisms. Math message. How would you define volume? Use your resources, find a definition of volume, then raise your hand and tell a teacher. Please do that now. Okay, you've told a teacher your answer and you're ready to move on. Please pause now and go to your BrainPop app. Watch the video called Volume of Prisms. Your login information is below. Please do that now. Volume is the amount of space enclosed by a three-dimensional shape. Volume is measured in cubic units. As we can see in this picture, we'd be measuring the volume, or the water, that's inside this rectangular prism. Which of these everyday items would we use for volume for? Go ahead and pause now and think if you can figure out which ones we would use volume for. Okay, you're back. You're ready to see which everyday item we'd use volume for. First, we would use volume to figure out how much water would go in the swimming pool. We would use area to figure out this carpeted part of this living room here. Perimeter would be the fence to see how much fencing we need around the yard. And volume would work because we'd have to see how much water we could fit in this Nalgene bottle. Let's do this example together. It says find the volume of the prism. It says there are 8 cubes in one layer, so we can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cubes. And then it says there's 3 layers with 8 cubes. So we can see there's 1 layer with 8 cubes here, which we counted earlier, so that's 8. Then we have our second layer of 8 more cubes, and 8 plus 8 is 16. And then we have 1 more layer of 8 cubes, so we had 16, now we add 8 more, which would give us, so the volume of this prism would be 24 cubic units. The volume is what we're measuring inside. So inside this prism, there are 28 of these square cubes. I'd like you guys to pause now and answer this worksheet. It's on the back of your daily schedule. Please do that now and then come back to the video. Okay, you've answered these and had them graded and you're ready to move on. Alright, so we don't always have our boxes, so I'm going to show you guys a really quick way to find volume of rectangular prisms. How do we find volume? There are 3 dimensions in a 3D shape, so we must use the length, width, and height. So volume equals length times width times height. So it'd be length times the width times the height. We do it here, length times the width times the height. Let's practice using the volume formula to find the volume of these figures. Remember we just said volume was length times width times height. So let's figure that out first. So we can see that our length is going to be 10, so our length times our width, which is 3, times our height, which is 5. So we know that 10 times 3 is 30, times 5 is 150. We can label it units, because it doesn't have an actual label. We'll start labeling things units. units cubed. Okay, because it's a 3D shape. Now we come over to this example. Let's first find the length, the width, and the height. So we see the length is 6, the width is 6, and the height is also 6. So you see that 6 times 6 is 36. Then we have to multiply it by 6 again because we have to multiply our height. So times 6. We just said 6 times 6 is 36. Bring down our 6. Carry our 3. 6 times 3 is 18. Plus 3 is 21. So it would be 216 units. I'm just going to label it U cubed. Your assignment for today is to complete page 322 in your math journal. I would like for you to work on this by yourself. Make sure you ask questions if you find yourself confused. When you are finished with page 322, complete math boxes on page 323.